Breaking news, the Atlanta Falcons have officially picked up Drake London's fifth-year option. We can all clap because that's good news. This news was first reported by Adam Schefter this morning, and he basically said no surprise here, which is the same thing that we've all been thinking. This had to get done because there was no surprise. Drake London was our best player on offense last year, and this guy needed to get his fifth-year option picked up. It was kind of scary a little bit because the deadline to declare or pick up these options are May 1st, but the Atlanta Falcons kind of waited a little bit and then got the deal done, and they just announced it. So we're good to go. Drake London is an Atlanta Falcon for at least another 2 years, hopefully his lifetime, but for at least another 2 years. That means they picked up his fifth-year option, so he'll be playing this year, and then his fifth year will be the next year, the following year, 2026. So we can all clap there. Drake London will be in the red and black, catching passes from Michael Penix Jr. I'm excited for that duo going forward. Hopefully they're able to hoist some trophies up, but I don't want to jinx anything. All I got to say is Drake London is under contract. Now going forward, there's a lot to talk about. And before I want to get there, I just want to say Drake London, baller, and he has been, I didn't realize how good of a player he was last year. He got 100 passes. He got 1,200 plus yards, and he caught 9 touchdowns. Those 1,200 yards is the fourth best in the league. And I say all this to say this can impact contract negotiations and everything going forward. But before I get there, I want to read you a tweet by Tori McElhaney where she's basically talking about contract and the Atlanta Falcons procedure and going back contract extensions. And she basically mentions that 2 recent contract extensions, the Atlanta Falcons have waited till the players were playing in their fifth-year option, and then they basically offer them a contract extension. And that happened with Christian Lindstrom, and that happened with A.J. Terrell. Those 2 players, they were in their fifth year. They offered them, boom, going for it. Now, I say all this to say, within the Drake London question, I would advise the Atlanta Falcons to kind of get ahead of this. I know there's some questionability. Is that a word? Questionability? Whatever, in regards to Drake London and his production going forward. But to save the Atlanta Falcons $10 or $15 million per year, I would say the Atlanta Falcons need to figure out a way to get a deal done within his 4th year so that it doesn't cost them in their 5th year when he balls out next year and the Atlanta Falcons are sitting there twiddling their thumbs saying, okay, we got to pay this guy what? This is I call it the Trey Hendrickson effect, where they wait, and then they are finally ready to pay him. And then he's saying, you're not going to pay me that because that's what I was worth then. I'm worth way more now. Now, talking about Drake London, like I said, he had 1,200 receiving yards last year. That was 4th, I believe. So he technically is a top 5 receiver. Now, in regards to contract negotiations or contracts that I would expect him to get, we have the Jamar Chase, which is at the 40+ million, and then we have pretty much everywhere else. The person that I would compare Drake London to the most is Amon-Ra St. Brown, who makes a whopping $30 million a year. And I think the Atlanta Falcons and Drake London need to go in, negotiate a 4-year, $120+ million deal so that the Atlanta Falcons can secure Drake London for $30 million a year and then move on. Let's continue to build this roster, especially when you have such a high-flying offense and that is predicated on the ability of Drake London. So get a deal done, the Atlanta Falcons, because if you don't, and Drake London balls out, which I anticipate him doing next year with Michael Penix is a plus, but also the defense has gotten a little bit better with the draft. The defense getting better. That means more opportunities to score. More opportunities to score means there's going to be more points that were scored. And there's one player that's going to be involved in a lot of those points, and that's Drake London. And I would hate for the Atlanta Falcons to wait till his 5th year. Drake London has another career best, and he ends up leading the receivers the receivers and receiving yards, and we look at his 5th year and be like, okay, now it's time to negotiate your contract, and he wants $45 million. All this to say, Atlanta, get a deal done. You can get a comparable deal to Amon-Ra St. Brown, who makes that $30 million a year. I would say give Drake London $35 million a year. Get it done before he gets really good, because we see the upward trajectory, and it's going to be really, really exciting if I'm an Atlanta Falcons fan. But at the end of the day, the Atlanta Falcons picked up his fifth-year option, something that wasn't surprising, but something that is always great. And we can see these pieces being put together for the Atlanta Falcons as they keep getting better and better and better and better. A lot of people were frustrated last year because they didn't make the playoffs, but I wholly believe that this team was built to have a big push this year, and that's seen not only with the draft talent that they've drafted, but they've seen with the development in their offense and defensive players. But we'll see. But if you agree or disagree, leave a comment down below. Let me know how you feel. And if you want to see more videos like this, check this one out right here. And like always,